This video is not really about how to make a lot of money or things like saving. It's more about the habit that you don't need to spend all your money, and that saving money in the long run will benefit you more than just buying things you want after like 1 month of working and then being broke after that. So a first rule that I have, let's say if you make like this amount a month, let's say 130 euros. If you make that in a month, then if I make that in a month, I'll save the 100 euros, and then I have 30 euros or more to buy my own things with it, like food when I go outside or like other things. But that threshold doesn't need to be at like 130. It can be at like 80. Like if I make above 80, um, I'll save 50 and I'll have 30 euros or more. So like you should like also look at this with your savings or things like that and say it is under the 130 or under the 80. In my case, I would always try to get like 30 euros or more. Like, so yeah, it doesn't really have to be like that, but like that that money that you have in your like paying account, like the bank account to pay like everything, and you have a savings account, like with that money is just for trips to go away. Like if you after school, if you go with friends, you can buy some things for yourself, or if your friends go to a snack bar or to the movies or things like that, you can buy that. Like that's where the 30 euros is for, because at this age, except when you have like your own business, that's like the only thing people worry about. If it is about money, of course. As I said at the beginning, this video is more about the habit of not spending a lot of money, and I'm giving you like some tips to save your money and things like that. And the other thing is you should look at what you're spending the most money on and try to minimize that. So how can I minimize that? Well, it's not about removing the whole thing. Of course, you should spend some money on your habits, but like, are there any things you're looking at that you're like ashamed of? Like, um, don't think about other people when you're looking at this. Like, don't think at, oh, he will judge me for this or things like that. Like, things that you really think, oh man, that was like a dumb mistake. Like, things like that, don't do it in the future. And one thing I did was buy a kind of expensive headset that's not really worth it. So maybe in the future, maybe in the future, when it's time to buy a new headset, I'll look at cheaper alternatives or other brands or things like that. One more thing is the stupid expenses. Like, uh, we all have like that thing, like, oh man, that mobile video game is just €1 and I have like 50 euros in my bank account. Let's just buy it. It's not a lot. But eventually, that's not just one mobile game, and that's where a lot of people's mistakes are, and mine too, because like at the pizza place that I work, I eat there like quite a lot, and I don't pay much for pizza, like just a couple bucks, you know. So every time I think, oh man, that's a cheap pizza, but eventually when I do that like a couple times a month, that will be like 20 to 30 euros again. So that's like way more than you think. Like those micro purchases that you won't even see disappearing in your bank account. Well, you will see it, but not really. Like if you have 50 euros and there's like €1 gone, you won't see any like you won't see any difference. Those micro purchases, it's not only the 30 euros of pizza, it can be like a lot of other things, like maybe you bought a Coke at Walmart or things like that. So eventually that will add up to like a dozen euros or something, like 30 or 40, maybe 50. So yeah, keep in mind those things. And I think I've said enough for this, so thank you for watching. Let me know what your opinion is about this. I would love to see that. I'm out. Bye.